What's good, folks? This is Randall right here with R3RC. So today we're going to be taking a look at my thoughts on the DJI Avata as just a normal everyday consumer, not an influencer. I didn't get anything early or special, so I had to go out and buy it and wait on it and go through all the process of buying accessories. That's hard as hell to get for this drone right now, but I actually got it and I've been flying it for about, I'll say, a week and a half at the most. And I'm having a load of fun with it. I had the V2 goggles and the controller from the original DJI FPV drone, which I immediately sold as soon as I got a hold of this once, because I just felt like this was more, suited to my needs, which is I like to fly through gaps and flying close to objects and through things without the fear of breaking my drone every time it touches a leaf. So yes, bye-bye original FPV. I loved it. It did teach me to fly manual, gave me the fundamentals, I should say. So I'm, grateful to DJI for making that drone. I just felt like this should have been the first release, and then the DJI FPV drone should have come after everyone flown this for a while and kind of got the experience of flying that drone. Then they would have been ready, or flying this drone rather. People would have been a little bit more ready to go to the DJI FPV once they had come back and had pretty much mastered acro flying and manual flying. It probably would have ended a lot better if that had been the second release, was the race drone. By it coming out first, it just kind of scared people away. That crashed it like instantly, taking it out of the box, ended up crashing and whatnot. And you can see I'm just picking through branches and trees, and whereas with any other drone, you fear trees. So I love this Cinewoo design because this thing is a tank and it's built to just cut through little shrubs and bushes and trees and tight gaps and car windows and whatever else you feel like you want to fly through. This drone can do it. And I love flying this drone. It's just a ton of fun to have indoor, outdoor. It's probably the best drone that I've gotten yet. And I've only been in a drone since like June of 2022. So I'm a newbie myself. I'm no professional, but I can tell the difference in quality, and I can tell you that the camera on here, oh yeah, I hit that branch almost. But the quality on here is a huge step up from the actual FPV drone that they released last time. The camera alone was a great upgrade, and then the style of drone and the overall flying of this one kind of just puts that one to shame, because this, like I said, this should have been the first release, and then that one. But I guess, they wanted to pair this with the new goggles so people can learn the whole, the goggles, head tracking, and flying with that motion controller. Not gonna happen. I was surprised that I even sold that thing, but I'm glad I sold it, because that controller really is not the greatest way to fly any drone, let alone this one. Now, it does have a use case for it. Certain people will be great for them, especially disabled. Just many other things. I feel like that controller can be of use to certain people, but maybe it doesn't always have to be tied to just the FPV style drone. Maybe they can make that work with camera drones, or just something that'll give others an opportunity to fly that previously couldn't before. That's where that will come in at. But for the rest of us, I prefer a regular controller, just like the majority of people out here. And I'm pretty sure, not many of us is looking to try to fly with a Wii controller. Like, I would much rather fly with a standard FPV controller. Even if I were flying it like a GPS drone, I'm just not into the whole motion controller thing. It's not for me. I do like the look of the new goggles. I feel like those are probably pretty solid upgrades to V2s. honestly, I just don't have it right now to really jump to those when I already had these and they work just fine for what I need them for. So I can't really justify, going above and beyond. I just had to invest in batteries and bag to carry this drone, just other accessories, camera refresh. I just bought the DJI Mini 3 Pro at the same time, so I kind of had to buy batteries and fly more stuff for that. Hit that branch that time, and things like that, so that I would be prepared. ND filters, you know what I need, and I still don't have my ND filters for this drone because right now all I can see is the cheap Chinese brands on Amazon. So this is just, straight out of the Avata's camera right here. No, I do have drone supremacies apply on top of this just to kind of brighten it up a little bit because I felt the colors was a little flat. But yeah, I didn't color grade or anything like that. It's just a LUT. And this drone, it gets me excited to go fly it. It's like such a rush. The picking through trees and mazes, it's like a view I would never have any other kind of way because there is no other drone that I own that I can fly into a tree purposely. Most drones, if you go into a tree, it's probably an accident or you crashed. This would be the first for me to have, something that can actually navigate its way through gaps in trees. It's pretty awesome, and I love it, and I plan on doing more with that as I gain a little bit more confidence. So I'm still learning to fly manual per se. I do feel like I have the basics down packed and the fundamentals of the controls and whatnot. It's just me building muscle memory, things like that. It's coming all the time though. I'm a lot more confident with this drone. Like I said, when I had the DJI PV, I felt confident that I could fly it, but I was always nervous because anything, it's over. The drone is broken, arms are breaking. It's not gonna end well for you. But with this drone, I probably crash this drone almost every time I fly it in one way or another. Some kind of mishap has happened by me learning, but I'm actually quite happy with this drone. And for what it's bringing to me, it's very helpful. So, now, in closing, I'm just going to say, if you're on the fence about getting a drone, I don't know if you want to jump straight to something like this. Like, maybe it could be, but for some people, the goggles can be a slightly disorienting experience. So if you already are into camera drones and you are wanting to go into a FPV style of drone, yes, I recommend this wholeheartedly because I know as a consumer, this is something you're going to have fun with. You're going to want to fly it. This ain't something that's just going to sit on a shelf and be ignored.